Look at us. Showing up. Showing out. All of those claps. I'm proud of us. Proud of you. Proud of you. Day 2/3, right? Of the third eye chakra. That's what we're going to be working on today. So, we started at the crown. Hopefully, if you've been following with me, you opened that up a little bit anyway, right? Because with that opening, we've now come down to the third eye chakra. And I'm not going to lie, I knew this was going to be a crazy week for me. It's only Tuesday. And let me just tell you, this week has been crazy magical, okay? Crazy magical week, all right? I'm not joking. This is why I'm late today. I was supposed to be on here yesterday, but yesterday I had such a great day. The time got weird. You know what I'm saying? The time got weird. But it was like the best birthday so far. You know, today's my birthday. It could get better. I don't know. When I say signs everywhere, seeing so much. Because this chakra is all about seeing, being able to see. And seeing really is believing. Like, if you have a question in your mind, are you doing it right? Are you doing the work? Are you checking in with yourself and addressing some things? Are you feeling connected? Or is it starting to click? Because if it is, you will start seeing things. And the funny thing about once you start seeing things, you can't stop seeing things. This communication is like, once these doors open, they never close. That's why we're starting from the top and working our way down. We're starting from the top, gonna open this door, okay? And let this conversation continue, because it just doesn't stop. Which brings me to my next point. The biggest thing that you have to realize is that there is no disconnection between reality and spirituality. I know some people like to do it on Sunday or Saturday, but it really is no separation. It's not just when you pray or just when you go to church. It is continuously happening. They're happening together. So everything you see, hear, and experience is a spiritual thing and not just a regular life thing, okay? There's no such thing as a coincidence. Every conversation, every person you meet is spiritually inclined for your elevation, one way or another, regardless of what it looked like, all right? It's a lesson. It's a lesson of anything, okay? Or let it be a lesson. Let it be a lesson that you learn quickly, okay? Because it'll just keep popping up, which brings me to my next point. Patterns. Are you noticing patterns in your life, right? Do you notice the different cycles of things? I mean, have you dated the same person over and over and over again, just in a different body? No shame. I've done it. I've done it. Yeah, no shame. It's okay. You can do something different once you notice the pattern that you are constantly being put to the same lesson. And now it's time to pass the test. And when you start up here and work your way down, I promise you, because your mind is right, not only will you notice the test, you will pass the test. These are the two big things that most people fail. They fail to notice the test, and then they fail to pass the test. But once you notice it, you can pass it, right? Okay. Next big thing. Since it's day 2 and day 3, right? We're merging them together because time is fluid anyway, so who cares? We're here now. We're going to go over the balances, what the balances look like, what the imbalances look like, right? Because maybe you're wondering, are you balanced? Is it open? You don't know, right? Because I feel like society gives us this magical, like, fantasy-like look about what it is going to be like when your third eye opens. Like, all of a sudden, the eye is just going to pop right in the middle of your forehead, like, boom, in the mirror. It's not quite like that. It's more subtle, right? It's more interwoven. Although some may experience, seeing that, okay? As usual, how do you feel? How do you feel? Be honest with yourself. It's the only way to do the work. You gotta be honest. How do you feel? How do you feel? I'm gonna give a few imbalances. And all you gotta do is observe how you feel. If something triggers something, if something feels like it fits, it's all good. It can be fixed. It can be fixed. Okay? Ready? These are the imbalances. Do you have prejudice towards people and situations? Maybe a little judgy? Little rigid thinking patterns? Maybe focusing only on intellect and science? Seeing maybe only the superficial meaning, but too afraid to look any deeper? Again, no separation. So whatever you're looking at, if you take a look deeper, you'll see the spirituality of the situation that is at hand. Do you reject your intuition? Do you not trust your intuition? Are you unimaginative? Do you have nightmares? Maybe confusion, muddled thinking, delusions, hallucinations? This is no judgment. This is the time to be shameless. You have psych disorders, maybe disorders of the physical organs that are associated with the third eye, which would be your eyes, your sinuses. Is there any issues in here? What about frequent misunderstandings? You have frequent misunderstandings with people and situations? Are you overly rational or mathematical about everything? Can't step out of that box? Too left brain? Unable to think for yourself? Is that a problem? Is that a problem? Nah, that's not a problem, right? Not nobody watching this. We all thinking for ourselves if we still here listening to me. Right? Okay. Let me see. Anything else? Okay. Unable to differentiate between illusions and reality. This kind of hits that hallucination thing there. Okay. This is like an overactive third eye. Because again, once this door opens, this conversation never stops. And this too can become scary. Because now you are going to see yourself. You're going to see the good, the bad, the ugly. And that can get scary because they have had us think about so many scary things that we definitely got a lot of scary things to address. And so I do feel like sometimes people open this area, not knowing, and they fall into this anxious place as they see themselves. But there is nothing to fear, okay? Nothing to fear. There's really two things out here, love or fear. Be with love, not the fear. Okay? fear. False evidence appearing real. Okay? It's fake. Alright. How do you feel? Any of that fit? Think about it. Let it sit. Let it sit. Let it sit. And once this area is balanced, what it looks like, independent thought, awareness and acceptance of spiritual aspects of yourself and of life, clear vision, good memory, the ability to focus, a general sense of clarity with thoughts, peaceful sleep, a connection to the universe, wisdom, the ability to use intuition in daily life. Acknowledge intuitive thoughts. Oh, I'm sorry. Still messed it up. Acknowledge intuitive thought process. So you're able to acknowledge your intuitive thought process. I don't know why that must be important, okay? So let's look at that, because that was a yeah, acknowledge intuitive thought process. Let me go over that. What does that mean? To acknowledge your intuitive thought process. Okay, good example for me is, this was something that I really had to work on, following my intuition, and this is why it's really important to make sure that the people around you are trying to elevate, right? That they are good people to be around, because if not, if people are lying to you and things of that nature, your intuition might tell you that something's wrong, but this person might have you not believe your intuition. And so, it might have you start to, not believe in your intuition. And of course, in retrospect, when you find out later, like, oh, dag, I was kind of right. I did have that feeling. You're like, dag, I should have listened to myself. So acknowledging that intuitive thought process. When I go to work, I know where everything is. I just know to go to this room and find a vital sign machine. I know where to go to get everything. Like, I just intuitively know. And the thought process is also kind of like, sometimes I'll just pick up stuff while I'm at work, random things that I don't think that I necessarily need, but for some reason I paid attention to it. Like, I just paid attention to the box of gloves, so I grabbed the gloves while I was grabbing something else, and I don't know why, you know what I mean? But then I go to the room and there's no gloves. So I know that intuitively the thought process is whatever you're paying attention to. Just pay attention to your thoughts. What are you looking at? What are you thinking about? What is your mind making you focus on? And in every moment, that is a message. This is the conversation that you are having with everything around you, okay? All right, so also the ability to learn from one's experiences, being able to see those patterns will help you learn from your experience. This is what creates the wisdom that you hold. When this area is balanced, you perceive the world free from judgment and prejudice. You see forgiveness and gratitude. You trust your inner knowing. You have the ability to self-reflect. You have introspection. You are empathetic. You have a general sense of understanding. You can understand other people. See, when you open up this space here, and again, going back to our agreements, when you don't take things personal, you can see where a person is coming from. You may not agree, but now you see how they got to that place because of this, that, and the third. You can see that perspective. It makes things different. You're not taking it personal anymore. You know that might not even be about you. It could be projection, which 9 times out of 10 it is. All right. So when I was thinking about this third eye chakra and what it's like when it's balanced, when it's open, I tell people all the time, I'm like, yo, trusting that intuition had you out here looking psychic. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I will know exactly where to go. I will know exactly. I don't worry about anything. When I get to where everybody's scrambling, looking for stuff, I'm not looking for no computer right away. I know exactly where I'll find one. All I know is like literally I will just start walking, and then boom, I'll be right there in front of it, like damn, right there, right on it. But yeah, so this ability to be aware, to be paying attention to different things, signs and stuff like that. Again, I say, this conversation opens up and it really doesn't stop. You just have to pay attention to what you're paying attention to, if that makes sense, right? So for instance, my sister, when she was pregnant, she was going to have her son, and I was at work that night. I didn't know that she had went to the hospital, but when I got off from work, as soon as I got in my car, as soon as I started it up, a baby blue truck came riding by. It reminded me of like baby stuff. I don't know, like a baby boy. And I instantly thought to myself, like, damn, my sister probably had that baby. She probably at the hospital or something like that. And sure enough, when I call and check in, that is exactly what had happened. And so this is my intuition. I paid attention. For whatever reason, this baby blue truck just so happened by. I don't even remember what type of company it was. It didn't have anything to do with babies, but it was just baby blue, a powder baby blue truck, big as ever, okay? Huge baby blue truck. It was almost, how could I ignore this big baby blue truck riding right past me? Like, what is this? And instantly I knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? This is a vehicle, right? You know what I'm saying? All right. So yeah, so when you listen to your intuition and you are able to see and pay attention, yeah, it has you a little bit psychic out here. And what it remind me of is the TV show. So if you ever seen the TV show Psych, there was a guy, and he literally, he wasn't psychic, but he was telling everybody he was psychic, and he was working with the police department as a psychic because he was so good at putting together the clues that he had all the answers. It almost seemed like he was psychic because he could put all of this stuff together. This is what it's like to open your third eye, okay? You're going to jump in your psych version of self. So if you've seen that show, you know what I'm talking about. And that's what it's like, okay? When you get it balanced. All right. So I think we getting long and we covered a lot. And we definitely, since everything is about symbolism and your third eye, again, this is where, we worked on the crown. We increased our knowledge. This is where that knowledge is going to come into play. So what did you learn about numerology? What do you know about the numbers now, right? What do you know about the animals when you see them? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? All right, we're going to get us a nice card for the third eye. One message to help everybody balance it out, help open it up so everyone can have eyes to see. We're working on the eyes to see. Eyes to see. This is for all my people. Responsibility. 20. And it's yellow. Empowerment, self-discipline, reliability, fulfillment. This is how you get into your psychic gift. This is how you get into your intuition. This is how you get it. You ready? I'm gonna read it. How to read the book. Let's see. Now this is all that yellow for your solar plexus. Get in your sun, shine, get into it. All right, let me see. Let me get to the page real quick. Remember, you are a light being. I want you to eat the color. Eat this idea. This is your food for thought. This is all you need right here. Maybe a little bit of water. responsibility. All right, take responsibility for your actions and your life. Great freedom comes with discipline. Responsibilities and self-discipline are vital in creating all things we want in life, from a healthy body and mind through to a successful career and happy relationships. This card is an invitation to smile at the opportunity to fulfill your responsibilities. Sometimes responsibilities feel like a burden, as though they take away our freedom, but we actually need some responsibilities to give us structure in our lives. By having this structure in our lives, we end up having more freedom rather than less. If we avoid responsibilities, we are unable to learn the basic lessons of discipline and organized focus required to achieve our goals. We may drift from one relationship, home, or job to another, repeatedly ending up in the situations we don't want to be in, but not knowing why we ended up there. Isn't that exactly what I said? Patterns. This is how you see your patterns. Take responsibility. Don't have shame. Take responsibility. Take responsibility. Take responsibility. Take responsibility. Take responsibility. Here, take it. Here you go. Here goes a little responsibility. Take that responsibility. Look what will grow. Look. Look at you. Look at you. Once we take genuine responsibility for ourselves, we realize that the power to change is always right here within us. We stop blaming other people and external sources, and we become self-empowered. From this place, we find the strength, drive, and energy to make the choices necessary to truly fulfill our desires. Next time you hear yourself blame someone for something, stop and ask yourself how you can take responsibility and help the situation. If you are unhappy in your job or relationship, what can you do to change it? If you need more money, how can you take responsible action towards this today? Only you can be responsible for you. On the other hand, if you are overly responsible for others, you may disempower them by not allowing them to take responsibility for themselves. We each need to learn our own lessons in life to acknowledge our strengths and to learn from our challenges. Know when you have played your part, when it is time to let the seed grow on its own. By taking responsibility for ourselves and embracing our responsibilities in life, we build a foundation toward a successful and fulfilling life. We become powerful individuals rather than dependent ones. We claim a sense of strength, freedom, and confidence that comes through discipline and self-mastery. From this place comes the realization that we can create anything we want in this lifetime. With this, you find out that you can create vision. You can create anything in this lifetime. Okay? So mote that be. Hold up. I got an affirmation for us too. So mote that be though. Ashe, ashe. Alright, y'all ready? Because I really feel like, let's just affirm this and then we gonna close it out. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Right here. Okay. Affirmation. Do I have the third eye card that I could just throw up there? I don't. Okay, y'all ready? We're gonna do it 3 times too, because we solidifying it for real. This is for everybody. This is for everybody. This is for everybody. I'm saying it for everybody. I open myself to accept my intuition and wisdom. I trust and follow my inner guidance. I use intelligence and intuition to see clearly. I open myself to accept my intuition and wisdom. I trust and follow my inner guidance. I use intelligence and intuition to see clearly. I open myself to accept my intuition and wisdom. I trust and follow my inner guidance. I use intelligence and intuition to see clearly. So mote that be. So mote that be. I say. Okay. That's all I got for you today. CC out.